Greetings everyone and happy Halloween. I'm Menos, welcome to my madhouse. Or in this case, once again, my old room. I've shared Halloween tales in this room before, but this one's one of the more serious ones, especially due to it being involving the paranormal and all. Yes, we're part of a massive cult family. However, that did not mean we were able to protect ourselves. Here's one major time that we managed to do, and it was out of someone that's seriously helped us at our time of need. Because considering the following, she was already tired of us. This was not long after me and my family went through our second time we had a homeless arc. And managed to get a new home thanks to that random parish by an old crow. Times were hard enough prior to the arc, but thankfully we managed to persevere. It was enough to manage to put this behind us and get ourselves rightfully back on our feet. However, that's a dark story for another time. With everyone back on our feet and searching for jobs again without the added pressure, we thought the gratitude ended with there. However, the old crow from the parish that helped us turned out to be not so genuine at all. She was a witch this whole time and we didn't even know it until much later. And most witches seriously hate us, within our family or without. We didn't even know about it until much later during this incident. Now there are a few items that she gave us for our trouble. A toaster for the kitchen, a washing machine for the bathroom, and our main item of this story, a seemingly fancy bed that was given to my parents. It was a very old bed, but it seemed comfortable, one of those antiques. However, despite all of that, and despite it looking comfortable, nobody immediately laid on it and decided that we wanted to check on it thoroughly. Well, you tend to pick up some abilities like detecting ghosts, demons, and how to fight witchcraft if you happen to be born from a cult too. It's not just those fighting against cults. If you've been through past streams or seen past videos prior to this, then you know that not only I ended up being born from a family of cultists, I ended up being committed to occultic brainwashing. But that was much later. Despite the seemingly kind gesture from the old crow, nobody trusted the old bed enough to be slept in. This is because everyone had a bad feeling about it, not just because it was owned by other people. That's another can of worms that'll only slightly open. Lest certain platforms have its own Exorcist moment. Both the original Exorcist and that one set scene from Scary Movie 2, but let's not talk about those. So that night, me and Dad had to hone our abilities and examine the bed, physically and spiritually. Upon the full examination of the bed, within the hidden parts, we managed to find some occultic stuff in it. Yeah, classic occultic stuff. From memory, a patch that looked like a pentagram belonged in it and triple sits carved into the wood. Both parts were glowing bright red. I'm sure everyone here has their fair share of sleep paralysis and other demon-related attacks. My family included. Including one of mine I managed to defeat, or else it would have been failed despite that one being much later after what we did to this bed. Guess I was angry at losing the bed that tried to take me and possibly the others out but failed. Well, had worse coming. Yeah, everyone may be from some cultist crime family, but we will know an enemy and especially a demon when we see one, asleep or awake. So the fresh discovery of code trying to get my parents to literally sleep with the devil, me and my dad dumped it immediately in the garbage area, and we had to use futons until a bit later. Yeah, that very old futon from my childhood ended up coming in handy after all. But that was just mine. My parents had to buy new ones. This video is creepy enough, trust me. We had to rebuke and destroy the demons afterwards. But all that extra effort was worth it. Especially considering once again, surviving a really bad paralysis attack. Seen enough of those already. However, that wasn't the worst part of this. Worst part of this was somehow ended up being fined for it. So, yeah, we literally dumped that bed in the garbage area. Dumped it right in the shredder area, where it belonged. Then $400 extra into the rent. But it was honestly worth it. We got rid of the washing machine and the toaster later on. We were not taking any chances. And thus ends our story for tonight. Yeah, in comparison to the last ones, this one ended up being far more serious. But this ended up being good enough to share. I'm glad I got to visit my old room once again. Turns out this thing was also my other contamination center. This is a contamination center before the madhouse. It was decided that I ended up obtaining that madhouse. It was abandoned until me and much of the staff got to it. It turned out to be a suitable contamination center for me. But Mr. Lunashi, one of the head admins, decided to reserve this room for me as well, even though I still have the madhouse. For that, and let me switch my original last name to his. I humbly thank him. No, we're not married, don't worry. I know that sounded like it, but still I had to clarify. With that, that's everything. Everyone, thank you for watching. And happy Halloween, everyone. Many thanks for watching.